Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about four key takeaways of this fantastic book called The Psychology of Money by the author Morgan Housel from the US. We're going to talk about four key takeaways that I observed are outstanding from this book. And before we dive into that, there are two main takeaways that really stood out for me. Number one is doing well with money is not about how smart you are, but how do you behave with money? What is your attitude towards money? That's the single core message that I really understood from the book. And financial success is not a hard science, it's not a hard skill, it is a soft skill. It is largely based on your experiences during your adulthood, your teenage. So, this book is not really talking about the technicality of money. They're not going to tell you the formulas to make million. No, it's all about our mindset towards money in general and how we tend to approach it from a psychological level without even realizing it. What are we doing? How are we taking our decisions based on our emotional response? So that is an overview of what is this book all about. Do not take this book in your hand thinking that after I read this book I'm going to become a millionaire. No, this is not the right book for you. It's all about how you take decisions, how you handle money, how the recessions in the past still made more millionaires, more billionaires. How did this all happen? So let's take a deep dive into this book. So four key takeaways. Number one, have a financial goal. That means once you have a certain amount of money in your hand, never think that it's not enough. Let's say you make 2 million and then you say, no, I want more. And then you move your goal post too long and too far, and you're not satisfied and you're not happy with what you have achieved. This can cause a lot of trouble. I remember back in my school days when my geography teacher, his name is David, he would say that people walk on the streets, look at the bike people, and they say, I wish I had a bike. And you go on a bike and you say, I wish I could go on a car. Once you get on a car, you think, no, I'm gonna fly. This this means that the human mind is never satisfied with what we have. And this message is something that I'm reflecting back when I'm reading this line of this book. So have a financial goal. That's the primary key takeaway for me. It's always necessary to have a certain amount of mind in your mind, and you have to be happy with when you achieve that, and be content when you get that kind of a goal that you have in mind. So that's number one. Number two is patience is the key for success. We know a lot of us investing or a lot of us doing stock market and all that is we want quick money and we don't want to wait. And that can cause a lot of trouble in long term because compounding is a term that happens in a long term. Charlie Munger, one of my favorite investors, says that if you want to see the magic of compounding, never interfere with it. Leave it for a long time. And that means you need to have the time and patience. Even Warren Buffett became the world's richest person only after his 65th birthday. That means until that, he was only compounding. It is like a seed of the bamboo tree that goes in the soil and never comes out after 5 years. You know, the story of bamboo tree. When you plant a bamboo tree, it's not going to reach to hundreds and thousands of feet in a single year. It takes 5 years to go, the roots go deep into the soil. And only after that, in weeks, it goes up top. That's because the roots are getting stronger. It's because there's time and patience. It's nurturing the roots. The same goes with our money. And that's the second point. Have patience for long term benefits. Number three, real wealth is not seen. Okay, a lot of time, rich is considered that if you have a good car, a big house, and a lot of money, that is richness. But the author says that wealth, real wealth, is hidden. You see people like big billionaires walking on the street with trousers and they don't show their super costly watch. And there's a very interesting point which the author pointed out, which I really like, is when you drive in a car, the people on the street think that it's a beautiful car. They don't think it's a beautiful driver who's driving this beautiful car. It doesn't, the significance goes on the car, but not on you. But you think the otherwise. When you buy a very rich car, you think that people admire me. But the opposite happens in reality. People, the significance goes to your car. So that's what the author is trying to say. Do not show off with your money, and which is very important for long term wealth. Wealth is always hidden. Number four, save money. Okay, this is a very important point. The author says that a lot of us will save money only after we spend, but the real fact is when you start to save money with the leftovers, that is not going to help you because life is full of surprise, unprecedented things happens at any point in life. So it's important for us to save money and then spend. This is a very broad topic. Everybody have different set of income, different set of goals, but the author generally says save at least 20 percentage of what is your income. So that gives you a lot of space for you to move freely in the financial world. When there is a surprise, when there is a recession, you still have some kind of savings in your bank account or as cash in your house. This author, Morgan Housel, says he always had 20 percentage of his investment is in cash, which is really scary in today's world, but he did that and it works for him. And that is also something the author highlights. Everybody have different goals. You cannot look at somebody's portfolio, you cannot look at somebody's wealth and say, I want to do what he's doing. No, you never know what he's doing on the background. You just look at what is visible and take decisions on that. So you have to determine, you have to understand what is your ability to take risks, what is your ability to spend, and everything. So do not look at others. So these are the four key takeaways. Let me review it. Number one is have a financial goal and never keep moving it. Number two is patience. Time and patience is everything. Number three, real wealth is not shown. Do not be flashy. Number four is save money for whatever reason. Keep saving it without any reason. Okay. These are the topics that I really liked and the four key takeaways that I really enjoyed from the book, The Psychology of Money. There's one important quote that I want to share with you, which really struck me hard, which is less ego, more wealth. Think about that. All right, we'll see you in another video with another interesting review. Cheers. Bye now.